Here's how to use Kami to sign a document in your Google Drive. Then download it back into your Google Drive or use it in an email. First, we're going to start in our Google Drive. For example, if you have a document that is possibly sent to you from your school site and you are opening it in Google Sheets, if you open something up in Google Sheets and you've got a bunch of different sheets at the very bottom, one of these is your documents, for example. I know a lot of us are using this for participation logs where different teachers are putting their participation logs, or at least the template is in one file. So say you're teacher number 3 in this example. You're going to look at this file and come over here, and the first thing that we need to do is pull your specific sheet out of this file because you don't want to sign all of them that are sent to you. So come over here to File, Download, and PDF. That's the first step. Now, when you're downloading as a PDF in Google Sheets, it's very important that you only, when you're trying to export just one sheet out, that you only choose to export the current sheet. And that's the default. If you wanted to export the entire workbook, that's going to give you all the sheets, and that's not what you want to do. So make sure that you're just exporting that current sheet, which should be your participation log or times sheet, etc. We're going to click Export. What that does is if you're in Google Chrome, it's going to download that file to the bottom of your screen. All you've got to do to put it on your desktop is simply take the file, drag it up to your desktop, and it's automatically on your desktop to use in your computer. Now, that's the first step, to pull that one sheet out of the file. Then we need to open up Kami in order to sign it. I'm going to go to a new tab and click on my Kami extension. If you don't have this downloaded, you can download it at the Chrome Web Store by going to search the Chrome Web Store, searching Kami once you get there, and clicking on the extension, and usually mine shows it's installed. Yours will say install if it's not on your computer already. Then you can pin your extensions to make sure that they're all here. So if you have your extension list, you can come down, find Kami, pin it. That creates a little icon for you at the top of your browser. Just handy. So if I click on Kami and the little K, this is the home page of Kami. If you're logged into your Google account with BESD, you should show that you have an education license. Now, there are a few different ways of opening a document in Kami. You can open up something directly from your Google Drive or from your computer. You can also create a Google Classroom assignment from here, but I'm going to show you Google Classroom in Kami in another video. Or you can simply create a blank page, and it also lets you go in to your recent files. Today we're going to open it up from our computer because we've already downloaded the file and we've placed it on our desktop. So we're going to choose Open from Computer. Now we need to find the file name. I have it just as a sample for Kami, and we're in Teacher 3 as our sample document. So we're going to come down to Sample for Kami, and here's our PDF right here. Go ahead and click Open. And this is going to open up that document in Kami. Now, if all you need to do is sign, you're going to come over here to your signature, click Signature. If you do not have a signature listed here, for example, when you put in signature and you go into this, if it looks like this, you're going to need to add a new signature. You can draw your signature. You can upload an image of your signature. I'm just going to draw mine for demonstration purposes here. It's a little crazy today. We're going to click upload, and it saves your signatures right here. You can actually do multiple signatures. We're going to click insert, and it gives you almost like a photo of what you drew for your signature, and you can move it around. As you can see, I'm just moving around on my trackpad in order to drop the signature in. Now, it's saying that you've done something to this document, but it hasn't been uploaded. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to dismiss it because we're going to download it back into our computer in just a little bit. So with this, it's almost like an image where you can resize it. If you want the image of your signature to fit in the box correctly, say the box is quite small and you need that signature to be smaller, you can reduce the size or increase the size just by clicking on the little circle here and the arrows. Once you get your signature where you want it and everything is done on your document, we are going to put it back either in our Google Drive, depending on how you need to send your document. If your principal has a folder set up for you, for example, and you are placing signed documents back into that Google Drive folder, then you are going to place this document in your Google Drive. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. If you're going to email this document, say, for example, you need to email it to somebody else, to your principal, to office staff, etc., you're going to put it on your computer in order to do that. So first, let's go to the example with your Google Drive. So this little button here is going to download the file. And it asks you, how do you want to export it? How would you like it to export it? Always, always, always choose, everyone, the PDF with all annotations, because that's going to give you everything that you just did in the Kami application. If you don't choose that, it's not going to show your signature. And then we're going to choose Google Drive. There's two options, your Google Drive or your computer. Now you can change the file name. It always starts with Kami Export and then your file name. So for example, if I could put in signed week 10, for example, if I'm doing it by week, you can actually select the destination folder where you want to put this in Google Drive right from here. This makes it very easy. You don't have to put it in your drive and then go back in and move it to the right folder. So it's done all in one shot. So it's going to ask you to make sure they can get into your drive. Which drive do you want open? And for example, I'm going to put this in teaching stuff in this folder, okay? And then we'll put it in Bitsa, just as an example. There's nothing in here for right now. If there's nothing in the folder, what I found is if you select it and this is grayed out, you have to kind of go back, and as this is selected here, that's where you select the folder. So we're going to go ahead and select it. It's listed here. We want to do all the pages, there's only one, and begin the export. It's going to process it, authorize the document to be converted back into Google Drive, and the file successfully saved into your Google Drive. If we click Open Google Drive, what it does is it takes us into the folder, and you can see the file here, signed week 10, and it is a PDF. When you click on it to view it, you should be able to see your signature clearly right here. Now going back, I do get a lot of questions. Well, what if I need to email this? Okay, well, let's go back into our Kami application. You're at the point where you've signed your document and now you need to email it. We're going to download it, but this time we're going to download it to our computer. And we can again put in possibly week 10 and your last name, if that's how you're going to associate your file, and begin export. Again, it's going to process, and all downloads come, if you're using Google Chrome, down here at the bottom. If you again drag it over to your desktop, it's now on your desktop. If you're using Stacks, it'll be right here in your PDF documents. Week 10, West. You can then take this document and email it as an attachment to anyone that you need to. These are the two ways to take a document and then email it or place it back into your Google Drive. I hope this helps. Next video we'll be going over is how to create a Kami assignment in Google Classroom. Thank you.